Next News Breaking News.
A massive federal workforce reduction just collided with another blowout private sector jobs report, and the numbers tell a story the establishment hoped you'd never hear. In April, the economy added 115,000 jobs, nearly double what economists predicted, while the federal government shed another 9,000 positions. Since October, the swamp's already lost 348,000 federal jobs. That's an 11.5% cut, yet overall employment keeps climbing because every new position is coming from the private economy. This is not a recession. This is a deliberate realignment. The swamp is draining, and how long before the media admits the Trump economy is working exactly as he promised? See, the shift hits every American family directly. When government payrolls shrink, your tax dollars stay in your pocket instead of funding endless bureaucracy. Communities benefit as private employers hire in manufacturing, construction, and services rather than Washington offices. Politically, it exposes the old model. Decades of ballooning federal headcount created dependency and stagnation, and now the labor market is proving that real growth happens when capital flows to factories, supply chains, and American workers instead of beltway agencies. 2 straight months of beating expectations while the federal workforce contracts shows that Trump policies are not just campaign rhetoric, they are reshaping the economy from the ground up. The longer the media ignores this, the more voters will see the results in their paychecks and job opportunities. And even as these private sector numbers strengthen, global uncertainty keeps many investors on the sidelines. And here's what your financial advisor won't tell you. By the time the news tells you to buy gold, it's already too late. You're waiting. I get it. Everybody's waiting to see if the ceasefire holds, waiting to see if the Strait of Hormuz opens, waiting to see what happens next. But gold's not waiting for you. It moves on fear, instability, and on the unknown. It moves faster than you can react. So while you're waiting for certainty, the rest of the world is planning for what comes next. You can protect your savings today with a free gold and silver kit from Noble Gold Investments. Visit nextnewsgold.com, link below, or call the number on your screen right now to speak with a specialist before the next move in gold prices leaves you behind. That number, 877-646-5347. Now back to the job story that shows exactly why that preparation actually matters. See, while the federal headcount keeps falling, the data now reveals something even more dramatic beneath the surface. Initial unemployment claims have hit the lowest levels recorded since the metric began in the 1960s. Employers are not laying people off, they're adding them in record numbers tied to domestic production. This is the Trump effect in real time. Here is Kevin Hinks. The federal government is down 348,000 jobs. Talk about draining the swamp, guys.
This is a payroll for the last 2 months dominated by private payrolls. How do I know, Nicole? Another 9,000 federal jobs lost. That means since the peak in October 24, remember that date, the federal government is down 348,000 jobs. That's 11.5% cut in the federal workforce. Despite that, jobs are gaining. It's all private sector. It's quite amazing, actually, Nicole.
Quite amazing indeed. The swamp is draining. We can all celebrate that. The smallest since 1966. These are the headlines that the Trump administration wanted everyone to see. Bloomberg, U.S. jobs rise 115,000, the strongest 2-month gain since 2024. Upside surprise job growth surges for Trump's economy. That's Politico. Wall Street Journal, U.S. adds 115,000 jobs with solid hiring across sectors. CBS News, employers add 115,000 jobs in April, blowing past forecasts. So the private sector numbers are translating to stronger overall job creation than anyone predicted. And here we have CNBC. These are good numbers.
Big jobs report for April. 65,000 expected. Nay, nay, nay. We are much stronger. 115,000. 115. And last month, upward revision from 178 to 185. These are good numbers.
These are good numbers. CNBC, April report beat forecast by a wide margin. And now we have Sonderling 47 on the strong April jobs report outside the White House.
You know, if you look at this, once again, it shows how resilient President Trump's economy is and his labor market. 2 months in a row now where the labor market has beaten expectations. But 94% of the economists thought it was going to come in around 65,000. It's nearly double that. So we're very excited about that money. It shows that the investments in America are paying off. It shows employers are hiring, and it shows that American workers are getting these opportunities.
American workers getting all the opportunities in Trump's new economy. 2 months of beating expectations show the labor market's responding to Trump's policies. Here's the NEC director, Kevin Hassett.
These are 2 months in a row of absolutely blockbuster numbers. And to put them in perspective, Bill, not that I'm counting, they have 65 economists that were polled at Bloomberg on what the number should be. 62 came in way below. 62 out of 65. The fact is that people still don't have faith that the golden age is upon us, that Trump policies are working, but it keeps showing up in the data. And it's really astonishing, like what record-setting numbers we're starting to see. So, for example, the initial claims for unemployment insurance, which is a key, backbone of these jobs numbers, that's the metric of whether people are getting laid off. They're the lowest they've been since they started making the data in the 1960s. So right now we have the lowest initial claims for unemployment insurance in recorded history. We've got capital spending. The factory boom that President Trump has talked so much about is visible everywhere. We've got about 70,000 people who have jobs now building factories. Those factories are going to end up, putting machines in and creating jobs. We have the capital goods that go into those factories were up in March 3.3%. Just for the month alone. I'm not talking about an annual rate. Multiply that by 12.
He's like, I get it. We're winning. So much winning. See, the factory boom President Trump promised is no longer a talking point. It's visible in the employment data. Roughly 70,000 Americans are already on payrolls, building new factories. Capital spending is surging as companies reshore supply chains. This is the realignment the previous administration never delivered. Fewer bureaucrats, more builders. In an economy anchored in production rather than paper pushing. The establishment counted on you never noticing the private sector surge while they fixated on federal cuts. See, jobs are growing. Factories are rising. And the federal payroll is finally shrinking. That is the structural reset America voted for. So share this report so your friends and your family see the numbers that the mainstream still refuses to celebrate. And drop a yes or no in the comments. Are you seeing more private sector hiring in your community? Text raw feed to that number on the screen, that secret number I've been telling you about, 844-840-4963. That's how you bypass the algorithm, like the hundreds of patriots already on that list, and get every future broadcast straight to your phone. Check out the Next News merch shelf below this video for America First gear, because the golden age is being built one private sector job at a time.
The system controls information. Information control is power. They don't want you to see this. The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now.